So what is body burden and why do we need to be concerned with? So body burden is basically just the accumulation, the build-up of chemicals in our system. They compound together and they will start affecting our health. More importantly, they're going to start affecting and disrupting our endocrine system. So our endocrine system is responsible for our hormones, and our hormones kind of regulate almost everything in our body and keep it in a state of homeostasis. So that's balance. When your body is balanced, you're not going to get sick, you're not going to have diseases or problems. And when that is out of whack, that is when you start to have issues. So keeping our endocrine system and our hormones nice and steady in a healthy way just improves the health of our entire body. So why do we need to know about this? Because it's important to our health. What does it mean for us? Body burden. Okay. So a lot of times we don't think or we don't realize how much chemicals are affecting our lives. And we think, oh, it's just one thing, it's just a small thing, it's not going to do anything. But what we know from body burden is that each little thing keeps adding on to the other. And at some point, you're going to hit that tipping point and it's going to start making a really big impact on your health. And that's what we don't want. So, some things to consider is one way we're getting chemicals through our body is through the food we eat. Most of the food that is in stores and produce is covered in pesticides and other chemicals from the field and the processing plant. And those chemicals are getting in our body, basically with everything we eat. Another way is through air pollution. There is a lot of pollution in the air and we're breathing that in through our lungs and getting chemicals that way. In our water, you might not think about this, but we are drinking water in our homes, we are cooking our food in water, we are showering with water and absorbing those chemicals through our skin. If you want to know how many chemicals are in your water, there's a really good website, EWG, and you can look up your zip code and find out how many contaminants are exceeding the normal levels in your water. In my water, I have 8 different chemicals that are exceeding the guidelines and exceeding them by a lot. So not only am I drinking those chemicals, I'm cooking in them and I'm bathing in them. And we know that chemicals are absorbed through your skin. Now when we go to the store, when we buy food, when we buy cleaning products, we kind of assume that those products are safe. But in reality, there are 84,000 different chemicals that are used here in the United States in our products. And only 200 of 84,000 have actually been tested for safety in humans. And out of those 200, only 9 have been banned. Think about all those potentially hazardous toxic chemicals that are being allowed in our food and our cleaning products and our household products. That is staggering. Now, we know that a stay-at-home mom has a 54% higher chance of cancer because of her being in the poor air quality in her home and being in contact with chemicals. And a cleaning lady is 80% more likely to have cancer because of the cleaning chemicals that they are constantly in contact with. So again, think about all these things that are just compounding. Food, air pollution, water, the cleaning chemicals that we have. Women, on average, use 12 different personal care products in a day. And out of those 12 different products, there are 168 unique chemicals in all those 12 products. So in a day, a woman can be putting 168 different chemicals on her skin just with her personal care products. And we know that chemicals are absorbed through your skin into your bloodstream within 26 seconds of contact. Think about all the medications that we take these days. That's another source of chemicals. And especially today, in the era that we are in now, we are using chemicals even more to clean surfaces. Shopping carts are dripping wet with chemical disinfectant. Chemical disinfectants are being sprayed in the air to sanitize surfaces, and then we're breathing those in. We're ingesting, we're absorbing, we're inhaling so many more chemicals than we have ever. And it is just compounding and compounding, and we need to make a change. So each new exposure adds on. In 1901, the incidence of cancer was 1 in 8,000. Today, the odds of you getting cancer is 1 in 3. Something needs to change. And we know that 9 out of 10 cancers are due to environmental factors, meaning they are not genetic. They are being caused by something in the environment of the person. 9 out of 10. Those numbers are upsetting, disturbing, and this is why we need to make a change. And now, you don't have to make every change in your life all at once. Start with something small, because each small little change over time is going to add up and make a big difference in your life. So just like each little chemical that you're exposed to again and again is small, but it leads to a huge problem. Cancer, 1 in 3, that's a huge problem. So that is why we are concerned with body burden and the effects that chemicals have on our bodies and our health and that of our family and our fur babies. And that is why we need to make a change.